Hello everyone, my name is Claire and welcome back to stagemanagersupplyco. Today we're going to be creating organizational script change documents. Welcome back everyone. Today is part 2 of our script change series. If you haven't watched episode 1, stop here, go watch that video, and then come right back. Before we get too deep into the episode, I would first like to say that Black Lives Matter, and that I am creating this content on the traditional lands of the Peoria, Potawatomi, Miami, Kickapoo, and Sioux tribes. We always start our videos acknowledging the inequitable history and landscape of the United States, including but never limited to the fact that we are a country built on stolen land and developed on the backs of slaves. stagemanagersupplyco is my own attempt to bridge generations of systematic racism and oppression by making stage management arts education much more accessible. Today, I would like to highlight Kaboom. Kaboom is a national nonprofit that works to end play space inequity for good. Kaboom works with communities to build incredible kid-designed play spaces. Kids who don't have access to play spaces miss out on integral childhood memories and are denied critical opportunities to develop their physical, social, and emotional health. Kaboom envisions a world where kids can all receive the play they need to thrive, regardless of their race, zip code, or economic status. If you would like to support Kaboom, you can visit their website at the link in the description of this video. Next, this channel is built to give all the tools you need to create your own stage management vault for free. But if you would like to support the ACLU and this channel, all the documents that we're going to be creating today will be up on my Etsy shop for purchase. If you choose to build the documents with me during this video, or if you choose to purchase from the Etsy shop, you're still going to get the same end result. Finally, as I say every video, this is my style that I have developed to do script changes. I'm not saying it's the right way to do script changes, and I'm not saying it's the wrong way to do script changes. What I'm saying is that I have found success with this method in the past for me, personally. One of the best parts of stage management is that we can develop our documents in any way we choose. So if you see anything in this video that you like and want to use for your own process, go ahead. And if you have tips and tricks about how you set up your script change documents, please let me know in the comments down below. With all of that being said, let's get into creating our script change documents. First and foremost, one of the most important parts of a script change process is your organization and file management. I've found that the more organized and systematic that I can be in my processes, the more success I have with keeping track of all of my script changes. To begin, we're going to create a script folder within our production folder. And then within the script folder, we're going to create a couple of subfolders that I'll explain as we go through the rest of the series what each folder is for. Let's create a playwright files folder, a full script folder, a script change log folder, a new pages folder, and a new page packet folder. Once we've created all of our folders, we're going to create the templates for my 2 most vital script change documents. I've used these documents primarily on theatrical productions, so we're going to be talking about them in the context of our not-so-fictitious one-woman production of August Osage County. The first document that we're going to create today is a script change log, and the second document that we're going to create is a script change distribution list. I'll get into more detail about what each document is as we create them, but just remember that you can take and modify these templates that I show you in any way you choose. The first document we're going to create is a script change log. A script change log is essentially a cover sheet of sorts for any changes made throughout the rehearsal day to the script. Here is an example and basic template of the script change document that we're going to be building today. As you can see, we have a word table with 3 columns. The first column is for the page number of the change. The second column lists the character or characters which the change affects. And the third column is where we'll input the actual change itself. We're going to start our log by going through our document creation process that I've outlined many times in many videos. If you would like more information about how I reached this point in my document creation process, you can pause here, watch any of these videos, and then come right back to this video. I'll title the document Show Code Script Change Log Template. And then once I'm in the actual document, I'm going to change my subtitle and my header to As of Date. I always choose personally to write the manual date into the header instead of inserting a field. Either option works, that's just my personal habit. Then we're going to insert a 3-column by as many rows possible table. I'll add more rows than I need to start and then delete any extra rows at the end of the day. Next, I'll insert my header titles and do some quick formatting to each of them. At this point, I will also make sure that my header row is going to repeat on each page of my document in case there are a lot of changes in one day that go onto a new page. So I'll right-click onto my table, select Table Properties, and then select the Repeat As Header Row at the top of page option so that if we do end up going onto multiple pages, we will be A-OK. Now that our table's set up, let's practice writing in some changes. So here's a page that I updated in rehearsal and wrote in all of the changes in pencil. I'll let you in on a little bit about how I record changes in my script during rehearsal. We can see where I've struck through certain words and phrases, added words, and erased a change that was previously implemented. On the right margin of the page, I have a series of dates listed. These dates are the day that a change of a line was made. This is a quick reference for me to track each change and know which day's log I need to refer to for more details about the change. Also on the right margin of the page, you can see what I call my post-it note last line of defense. I never rely on using this system alone because what happens if one literally falls out? But I love using this system as a visual status report of changes throughout the day. When a change is given out by the playwright, I'll mark the change in pencil on the page and note the date on the right margin. Then I'll slap a sticky note on the right-hand side of the page around the date. Once I've recorded the change into the master document of the script and the script change log, I'll move the sticky note to the top of the page. Then, finally, when I'm getting ready to print out revised script pages, I double-check each change and then remove each sticky note from my binder onto the reuse pile. When making changes in the script, sometimes there are small changes on a page that don't necessarily necessitate printing out a full new page of the script for the company. In this instance, we'll use the write-in technique, also known as scratch changes, where we use just a pencil to write in the change. However, this is at the playwright and director's discretion. If they ask for new pages of the change, then we'll definitely print them new pages. To record a change in the script change log, I'll first list the page or pages of a change in the page column. Next, I'll list the character or characters that this change affects. If the change is at the beginning or end of a character's line, or is the entire line of a character and may impact the cue line of another actor, I'll also list all of the impacted actors in the character column. If the playwright has added a word, phrase, or line that does not warrant an entire new page of the script to be created, I'll write the word add in the cell, and then go onto a new line within the same cell and copy and paste the old version of the line from the most updated working draft of the script. Then I'll click into where they added a word, phrase, or line and type in the change and bold the change. That's it! You've recorded the change in the log. The same formatting applies for a cut word. Except instead of bolding the added word, we're going to strike through the cut word. For a changed word, we'll write change and then strike through the old word and bold the new word. I will always put the old word first so people know what's being replaced, followed by the new word. If there are changes that necessitate a whole new page being written, I'll record them as the page number, the characters the page impacts, and then I'll just write new page in the description box. When my log is all complete and filled out with changes for the day, I'll delete any extra blank rows, and then I'll save and PDF this document as show code script change log date. I also keep a master script change log that contains every script change that I've made within a process. The document is exactly the same as the daily script change log, except that I add a column on the leftmost side of the page for the date of the change. At the end of the day, I will copy and paste all of my changes from my daily script change log into the master log, and I'll add their date in the left column. Now you have one centralized document that contains every script change in your process. This is essential for those moments where the playwright asks, hey, can we go back to that thing that we were doing a month ago on page 42? And people are looking around all confused, like, what did we do a month ago on page 42? But you have the knowledge. This also leads into another tip that I like to use for organization, is that whenever I print out and distribute new pages, I always put the new page right on top of the old page in my script. Then I'll take a paper clip and I clip the two pages together. That way, if we ever reinstate an old version of a page, I have that page right away. You can also take that page and make a quick photocopy of it to distribute to the cast to keep the rehearsal process going. Those are all of my details about the script change log, and we will be coming back to this document later in the series, so don't forget about it. Next, we're going to talk about our script change distribution list. I'm not really going to walk you through how I formatted this document because it's just a bunch of merging and paint bucket tools and typing people's names in. As you can see, I have my company divided up into sections. Names in the first column, title and role in the second column, type of script in the third column, and then I created a bunch of checkbox columns for me to use to check off each person/script once I have successfully handed off the pages. And then at the bottom of the document, I wrote myself a shorthand for some important printing numbers. I wrote numbers for how many copies I need for just the cast, copies for just the stage management team, copies for the creative team that's in the room daily, so excluding the designers. And then I wrote the numbers for how many people are working off a single-sided script, how many people are working off a double-sided script, and how many people only want PDF copies of the script. I've also listed notes about who doesn't want changes until tech, and other notes like that the PSM blocking book gets a right margin hole punched page. Once I've printed out my collated new pages and my script change log together as what I call a new page packet, at a time approved by the stage manager or director or playwright, I will hand out the changes to the company directly. I will always only hand out changes that have been agreed upon by the director and the playwright. I choose to directly hand out script changes to company members by me passing them off to their hands, but there are other distribution methods that you can use to distribute new pages. I've also used a file box system where every company member gets their own folder within a file box where stage management will put any new pages, announcements, any important forms that are pertinent to that company member. It's that company member's responsibility then, whenever they walk into the rehearsal room at the beginning of the day or after lunch, to check their file box and see if they have any new changes. I've found more success with just directly handing people changes, but it's whatever works for you, your team, and your production. Congratulations! You have now created your script change organizational documents. I know we kind of jumped around a lot in today's video. However, these are the documents that I create immediately when I sign on to a process, even before I get my hands on the script itself. If you have any questions or would like to share how you set up your script change organizational documents, please let me know in the comments down below. If you would like to donate or signal boost to Kaboom, the link to their website is in the description of this video. And as always, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, please feel free to click the like button, click the subscribe button, and click the bell icon so that you can be notified whenever I post a new instructional video or podcast. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!